Welcome to our channel. Today, we're going to summarize Hamlet Acts 3 and 4. Hamlet Act 3 is a pivotal act in William Shakespeare's play, as it includes several key scenes that move the plot forward and reveal important aspects of the characters' motivations and personalities. The act opens with Claudius and Polonius setting up a plan to spy on Hamlet and Ophelia, hoping to confirm that Hamlet's madness is due to his love for Ophelia. Hamlet enters, and he delivers his famous to be or not to be soliloquy, which reflects his ongoing internal struggle with the meaning of life and death. Polonius then arranges for Ophelia to meet with Hamlet, and they have a conversation in which Hamlet's behavior becomes increasingly erratic and aggressive. He tells Ophelia that he no longer loves her, and he makes sexual advances towards her. This scene is important because it reveals Hamlet's misogyny and his deep-seated anger towards women. In the next scene, Hamlet has his long-awaited confrontation with his mother, Gertrude. He accuses her of being complicit in his father's murder and of betraying his memory by marrying Claudius. The scene is intense, with Hamlet's anger and grief reaching a climax. Gertrude is initially defensive, but she eventually becomes frightened and begs Hamlet to stop. After this confrontation, Hamlet encounters Claudius, who is praying. Hamlet considers killing him, but ultimately decides not to, as he believes that if Claudius dies while praying, he will go to heaven. This scene is significant because it reveals Hamlet's conflicted nature, as he vacillates between his desire for revenge and his moral conscience. In the final scene of Act 3, Hamlet arranges for the traveling actors to perform the play within the play, which is a reenactment of his father's murder. As he watches the play, Hamlet becomes increasingly agitated, and when the murder is enacted, he bursts out, revealing his knowledge of Claudius' guilt. This scene is the climax of the act, as it confirms Hamlet's suspicions and sets in motion the events that will lead to the play's tragic conclusion. Overall, Act 3 of Hamlet is a powerful and emotionally charged act, as the central conflicts of the play come to a head. The scenes between Hamlet and Ophelia, Hamlet and Gertrude, and Hamlet and Claudius are particularly intense and revealing, providing insight into the characters' motivations and personalities. The scene with the play within the play is a masterful piece of dramatic irony, as it reveals the truth about Claudius' guilt and sets up the final act of the play. Hamlet Act 4 is a pivotal act in William Shakespeare's tragedy, as it sets the stage for the play's final, tragic conclusion. This act is characterized by the escalating tension between the central characters and the mounting sense of impending doom. The act begins with Claudius summoning Rosencrantz and Guildenstern to his chamber and instructing them to take Hamlet to England. The king is afraid of Hamlet's growing madness and of the threat he poses to his reign. Meanwhile, in another part of the castle, Gertrude reveals to a servant that she has received news that Ophelia has drowned in a nearby stream. In the next scene, Hamlet encounters a group of soldiers who are marching to Denmark to fight against the Norwegian army. Hamlet engages in a series of word games with the soldiers, revealing his ongoing wit and intelligence. However, his behavior becomes increasingly erratic, and he eventually ends up killing the leader of the soldiers in a fit of rage. The following scene features a conversation between Claudius and Laertes, who has returned from France to seek revenge for his father's death. Claudius convinces Laertes to help him kill Hamlet, using the excuse that it is necessary to protect the kingdom from Hamlet's madness. Laertes agrees to the plan and suggests that they kill Hamlet by using a poisoned sword during a fencing match. In the next scene, Hamlet receives a letter from Horatio, informing him that he has escaped from England and returned to Denmark. This news gives Hamlet renewed hope, and he begins to plan his revenge against Claudius. The act concludes with a funeral procession for Ophelia. Hamlet arrives and expresses his grief, engaging in a verbal battle with Laertes over who loved Ophelia more. The confrontation culminates in a physical fight, which is broken up by the arrival of Claudius. The scene ends with Hamlet's vow to seek revenge against Claudius for his father's death. Overall, Hamlet Act 4 is a tense and dramatic act, setting the stage for the play's final, tragic conclusion. The tension between the central characters, particularly Hamlet and Claudius, continues to escalate, as does the sense of impending doom. The introduction of Laertes as another vengeful character further complicates the already complex web of conflicts. The act also explores themes of revenge, loyalty, and the corrupting influence of power. Thanks for watching. To read the full version of the book, click on the link in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for similar content.